immediately obvious big smoke clear options, but I guess just his regular combos carrying you across the stage, he gets rid of smoke pretty naturally.
This is true. I guess that works. We're gonna go back to losers round 5 to finally get the Pi versus Trace set. Hopefully, these replays are real this time.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point you make about Dust not using the smoke. He seems to prefer playing a much more, I guess, honest game, where he's just contesting stuff like a normal character instead of hiding in the shadows.
But as a normal character, Forsburn is just okay. So I think you really have to be utilizing all the tools you can kind of muster at that point.
Yeah, I think it does make him significantly stronger for sure.
These should be the real replays. The timers look correct this time. So, on to real Jules Vale game 1 for Pi versus Trace. Probably. See, Pi is an immediate example of just... it's kind of a pretty passive thing to do to get smoke out. You don't even have to be too knowledgeable about utilizing it per se, but just the overwhelming kind of like obscurity of the stage of just pressing the neutral B button, just running around, can put up just a lot of pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And Pi is fantastic at just finding those moments, the slight relaxations in the pace of the neutral game to sneak in that low commitment neutral B.
Almost dying off that runoff fair there. I was going to say it was in Pi's favor, but it was almost ripped away from him just like that. That was... what a wait.
Yo! I mean, we call Trace a hold forward Rano, but that was the smartest holding forward and slightly back I've ever seen.
Yeah, Trace is one of the best hold forwarders that I personally know. He just is really good at just finding openings while not really turning down the pace a lot.
Exactly.
Slightly misspacing himself for that. He definitely wanted to get something out of the needles. But unfortunately for him, not being able to. An excellent clearing of the smoke, knowing that he would have to upbeat to the smoke to get back relatively safe.
Well, goes for the read on the roll, ultimately ends up getting parried and killed by the sweet spot down smash.
That will definitely take it. Parrying the dive up B. That was definitely a misinput. He wanted tongue out of that. But Bubble is an interesting thing. He didn't really get punished for it. He took an extra hit.
Oh, we may just be seeing the evolution of Rano's style combos.
What does the bubble do, though?
You hit them into it, and then you keep comboing them.
Just put it out beforehand.
This is a very specific situation, Callie. No bubble out. You really want to put them in bubble, so you reset them into bubble.
But
Trace is showing us the future here.
But side B puts them into bubble too. We already have this technology down air, knowing the tech roll is coming into up smash. They didn't even have to dag this.
That was a really difficult situation for Pi. I think no matter what he does there, Trace is able to cover it.
Pi with the deception. He is a deception character. But you can't really deceive Rano up smash. So and now for my least favorite part of what I'm looking at on these replays. I'm seeing Blazing Hideout, and a lot of it. Though that was Pi's pick, so I'm assuming just like Dust, it's a comfort pick. Though I can definitely understand partially why it would be good for Forsburn. I just think it's better for Rano, I think.
I guess it is Forsburn's home stage.
Well, what's left of the home at least. It's kind of on fire now.
True that. if Lovers of Aether Forsburn is a poet, and these Forsburns have been taking their opponents to the lore stage, maybe that's just where the source of their power comes from. The Forsburns are all just lore nerds.
Pi, are you a lore nerd? Do you get powered up by the power of lore? We're gonna see what happens in game 2 if the lore will power him up or not. But yeah, I can explain the main reason why Forsburns like this stage, though. You can do a lot of plat drop shenanigans. Plat drop Nair being like a really good tool to approach with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But Rano can as well, so...
Okay, Pi has deconfirmed my theory. It is not a lore pick.
You don't like the Rivals of Aether story mode? That was interesting. I thought he was going to go for the Decus, but he opts to just kind of wait for the roll in to get the Horse Smash. Not quite getting it, but shortly after, just finding a fair spike anyway.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I love about Pi's Forsburn. We talked about smoke, and he just puts so much of it out that even if you clear a bunch, there's always these little patches left here and there. And that lets him mix up a lot more.
Fair into fair. Is he going to run off and do fair? I think that's what's coming. He hits the clone. He wants more fair. Oh my.
Nice coverage on the tongue recovery there. Little overcommitment though on the second one.
The second just drop off platform fair spike of the game. Pi finally taking a stock to bring it a little bit closer, getting some of the smoke out. Not for long though. Trace quite good at clearing it relatively fast. That was a crazy dare.
What a sick combo! That was super early.
Where did that dare come from? Ah!
Oh, Trace on fire now. He's got him in the...
No, it's slightly out of that sweet spot range. But he's just going to want to do the drop-off again. But Pi probably knowing what he's looking for at this point. Downs, that was a jab check. I thought it was tilt boosted. Something. You just did Dakis through, like, baby dash jabs?
Oh, and the chase? Yeah, sour up smash takes it. Actually, there's not much sour about Rano up smash. It's like sweet spot and sweeter spot.
Yeah. Dan had tweeted the other day, because he was playing Rano unranked. He actually ran into the main host of this event, Katori, unranked that evening. And he went on a little Twitter discussion about how Rano Dakis might be broken.
It's very strong.
A little bit. So there isn't really a sour hit. There's 3 separate hits of it, but they're all usable in their own ways for sure.
Definitely.
The run back to Blazing Hideout makes sense though. It was pretty close, even with like how dominant it felt at times.
It was. And where you were mentioning earlier, Rano and Trace was making fantastic use of the top platform with those plat drop aerials. It seemed Pi was towards the end of the game getting better at anti-airing those and converting those into up tilt starters. So that might be what he's looking for more of.
We'll see if he finds what he's looking for in game 3. Wait, he's actually going back and charging needles and not just running in? What happened to you, Trace? Changing the pace up.
Oh, and nice sequence of layers. Oh, excellent coverage with the tongue.
And like I mentioned a bit ago, that tongue sometimes, just the proper spacing runoff fair. Oh my god. The tongue sometimes is just a guarantee if you know what they have to do to recover. For example, they can only jump waveland or up B. Oh my god.
Whoa, what a forward air.
I'm just trying to
brutal.
I'm trying to just discuss what's going on, Trace, and you're doing crazy just run off fair spikes. I have no time to say what I wanted to say. Yeah, like you're not getting Dacus out of that. That's not true. That ain't safe.
Oh, I love that wait out of the jabs. Probably expecting him to go for something more immediate and just waiting.
Know what? That's worth a taunt right there. I hate everything about that up strong. That is absolutely absurd.
Hey, Forsburn's a pretty good character, guys.
Forsburn is the worst character in this game, but he's broken. We should nerf the worst character in this game. I'm joking.
Absolutely wild.
What traded there?
Opening on, I couldn't tell. It might have been Nair or like jab or something.
Well, even with all the wacky shenanigans going on, bringing it to last stock, but being at 100% is not really where you want to be in this case. Yeah, there's the discussion of the needles being completely eaten by the clone.
Yeah, that was a beautiful recovery by Pi. Oh, reversal by Trace. And out of resources, but makes it back.
The weight,
there,
the tech chase was crazy.
That was so smart. He saw that he didn't have it guaranteed on the first one, just decided to wait and react, and Trace takes it 3-0.
Kirby returning the words of "There's no such thing as a bad up smash" for Forsburn. Yeah, I see your point. Yeah, Trace is, like I've been saying to you guys for a while. Trace is kind of nutty.